Like literally every question that clients ask me is in and around or coming from resistance. Like that's just, it is so essential and embedded. I think I could equally say that virtually every question that clients ask me is about growth and vision. These two things are constant companions. They come together. They are distinguishable, but they never separate. They're married, they're life partners. So common areas of resistance, other than everywhere, are around fear of rejection, which comes up a lot around sales, around visibility. I regularly have, I'll give my clients assignments about either reaching out to let people know what they're doing if they have a new program or a new business, or explicitly having sales conversations. And regularly, these same clients, who by the way have hired me to help them find more clients and make more money, will come up with an entire slew of reasons why this assignment that I've given them is out of alignment for them. Sometimes, if they're really honest and they if they're really going deep, then they'll tell me they're just scared out of their minds. But often they don't. It's not just about emotional maturity. That's the thing about resistance, is that you can be the most self-reflective, the most emotionally mature, the most self-aware, and still you got resistance, which by definition means you're not going to be able to see it very well. It's like doing its best to hide out in the shadows of your consciousness. So it's tricky. It's tricky. So people come up with excuses all the time about why they can't or won't do the thing that they have said they want to do. People tell me all the time that they don't know who to call. People tell me all the time that there's no one else. Who else are they supposed to even have a sales conversation with? People will tell me the reasons that they shouldn't, the reasons that they can't. This is all about, so the first is about fear of rejection, fear of being abandoned, really at the heart of it. The second stuff, similar, but it's a little bit more nuanced because it's generally about conforming to social norms of behavior and the fear that taking this new action will threaten their belonging in society, or their belonging in family, or their belonging in their marriage. And I find that actually the relationship stuff, that's often the deepest. The fear that they will somehow harm someone else, or be rejected by someone else, or be judged by someone else. Or if we drill down deep enough, that's at the heart of almost all the resistance. Why? Because it would lead to our abandonment or our exorcism from the community, from the whole. So it's a constant, I think this is why my work at least, is so personal and so deep, because it is not a black and white thing, how to navigate that. There are certain situations where you can kind of put on a blindfold and just take action and just do the thing and cut through a bunch of resistance. But I don't find that that's the sustainable approach. I think that the sustainable approach is a much more nuanced one, and it requires this investigation of what is this fear really about? It requires respect for the part that's resistant and curiosity, as well as just the right amount of skepticism that we're talking to a 7-year-old, max. We're not looking to them to tell us the truth about what to do in our business, but we're interested in what they feel and experience. And their feelings, think about yourself as a kid, when you had a nightmare and you wake up in the middle of the night and you feel like you're about to die because there are monsters in the closet and they're gonna come kill. We as adults know there's no monsters in the closet, but the kid does not know that. So we respect this perspective. It is scary. What's the message that this child needs? My inner child generally needs the message, I've got this, you're okay. I'm not leaving you anywhere. I hear you. I hear that you're scared. You're right to be scared. Makes sense that you're scared. Oh, what's that question? Oh, let me answer that question. You have really good questions. And I'm still the one in charge. Like, you can relax, because I've got this. I'm gonna protect you. I know no one protected you before, but I will. Like, this is the reparenting. This is the healing. This is the opportunity to repattern. There's this beautiful quote by Maya Angelou in her book, Letter to My Daughter. Can we just say a prayer of thanks for Maya Angelou? And she talks about this idea that we never grow up, we grow old. We pay our rent and we get car payments and do all these adult things. And if we're really brave, we have kids, but we're not really growing up. And I love the way she talks about it. When I read that recently again, I thought about it for myself. I think that that's true of the mainstream. I think that's true of the traditional contemporary adult. I don't think that's the only option. I actually think that it is in working with this resistance in this way that we can grow up, that we can heal. And it is not for the faint of heart, and I can't say otherwise. This is uncomfortable work. I happen to think it's worth it. It's worth the discomfort. The liberation is worth it. The last thing I'll say about this is that, again, the resistance, particularly around new areas of growth, is sometimes really hard to see and identify. We merge with those child selves and we don't realize that there's something under the surface operating. And it is the reason why I benefited so much and continue to work with coaches, because they can see the thing that I cannot. They can help me identify the multiplicity that is operational inside my psyche. And when I need it, they can help me do the work to have the conversation that needs to be had with my inner world so that I can move through it. And that is the purpose of coaches, mentors, healers, spiritual teachers, therapists. This whole movement of consciousness expertise that is liberating the planet is here in part to support you in moving through whatever resistance wants to be seen, integrated, and released in your life. You don't have to do it alone.
Everything you want.